All right, we're gonna make some rough sketches here, talk about how to do that, go about that. Often, too many times, my students consider a rough sketch way too much detail. They spend 1 or 2 periods coming up with a rough sketch. I would suggest 10 minutes or less to make 1 or more sketches. Rough sketches can be small, they do not need to be the full page. So let's say I am going to do a drawing of my cat, okay? So one thing I might want to do when rough sketching is have a photo, an image to look from. Maybe that's on your phone, maybe it's on your Chromebook, or maybe you actually have a picture from a magazine or something in the room, okay? So you're going to want to look at that. Then, what I like to do is draw little boxes. So maybe I'm thinking of holding my paper up this way. So this represents the whole paper, and I'm going to think about trying to fill that piece of that square up. So maybe it's just a straight up picture, like maybe my cat's head is right here, and I'm just using really rough shapes. Really quick, I'm not holding way up top of the pencil, I'm pushing real hard, way in the back. I'm using some of my basic shapes that we talked about in the sketching unit. There's his body, and there's the tail, maybe he's got some feet right there, and a back leg, okay? You know, it's gonna kind of look like this and not too much detail, okay? So that could be a picture. There's one idea for my cat. That's a rough sketch. That didn't take too long at all, 30 seconds. Maybe like, oh, you know, maybe I want to hold the paper cross like this. So I'm gonna start another sketch, okay? And maybe it is my cat just walking around, okay? So here's his head, here's his body, his ears, all right, a little snout there, and he's got one leg up, he's walking. And this again would help if you had pictures. Here's his tail kind of bent, and here's his other leg right there, okay? Now notice how when the cat was more upright, I held the paper up and down. That's just smart use of paper there. Whereas if I had had the paper across like this and did the cat sitting upright here, you know, with my cat, look at all of this empty space here and here. That's all wasted, nothing being used, okay? So think about the orientation of the paper when you're doing the rough sketch. But here you go, I've done a couple of rough sketches, one not so good, and I can just cross that out. I didn't like that. Maybe I felt this was the weaker one. It had still a lot of empty space. I feel this one filled up the paper. I might want to think about what's going on in that background. Maybe there's the ground versus the wall. Maybe there's something up there. Maybe there's a cat toy or something down here. Maybe a mouse. And just really quick, figuring out those little details and filling up that paper. So there's how to create some rough sketches.